Good morning, colleagues. Today we're going to be talking about how your house is really not going up in value. And I know this is contrary to most people's experience. They buy a house today, it costs $200,000. 10 years later, they sell that house for $300,000. And the question is, did your house go up in value? And the answer really is no. I know exactly what you're saying. You can do math. I can too. My house obviously went up in value $100,000, but you'd be dead wrong. And in today's video, I'm really going to show you why this is, why your house will not go up in value. I'll explain in the specific example I gave why it didn't go up in value, how to do the new math, and how actually you can make your house go up in value if you choose to. So for those of you new to the channel, I'm Dr. Ron Wuest. I'm a psychiatrist for 33 years. I make educational videos on emotional and financial wellness to help physicians and healthcare professionals avoid burnout, achieve financial freedom and emotional well-being in less than 15 minutes per day. Frankly, school never taught us how to take care of ourselves, and that's what I want to teach my colleagues. Boring alert. My family is still telling me I'm boring. I promise you, if you stick with this video to the end, I'll make complex concepts simple. If you don't watch, I'll have to do really embarrassing things like I did last time, or almost did last time, is take out my sock puppet. So please don't make me take out my sock puppet or do embarrassing things. My friends and family won't talk to me. Also, I'm a educator and operating as an educator and coach. Before you make any decisions, always contact the appropriate trusted medical, legal, financial advisor before you make any decisions in your life. So let's dive into it. You bought a house for $200,000. 10 years later, it's worth $300,000. You say your house went up in value $100,000, but you would be dead wrong. And I'm going to explain it to you. You'll think, oh, that doesn't have any practical life consequences, but it really will if you stick with me to the end here. So let's make a critical distinction between price and value. Value really is usefulness or utility of something. This is why people buy an iPhone. It has tremendous value, and they're willing to pay a high price. So if you bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and 10 years later, you still have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. The value of the house, the utility, right now is exactly the same 10 years later. It's still a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, but the price went up $100,000. But the question is why? So here's the distinction here between price and value. Again, stay with me because you'll think this doesn't have any practical lessons here, but it does. Even though you technically made $100K, you may have actually lost money from a purchasing power standpoint. Why did the house go up in price? It did not go up in price because it's worth more or because it has more value. It went up in price because the dollar went down in value. Dollar loses value every year because of money printing. So it took more dollars that are now flooding the economy, which we also call inflation. It took more of these worth less dollars every year to purchase your home. So essentially, it's the dollar going down in value that gives you the illusion that the price of your house went up. Of course, it takes more dollars to buy the same house because each dollar has less purchasing power. So in 10 years, 300,000 now buys you the exact same home it did today for 200,000. I mean, in 10 years that you paid 200,000 today for. Now, said differently, this demonstrates another concept called nominal or number rates. So if your return was 4%, let's say every year on your house, which is a reasonable return, but the inflation rate was also 4% over the 10 years, even though your nominal rate was 4%, your real rate of what you made on the house was zero, because the 300,000 that you get when you sell it will essentially have much less purchasing power and give you the purchasing power of what you could have bought 10 years ago for 200,000. So these terms are very important. Nominal rate versus real rate. The real rate accounts for inflation in this case. So it takes more dollars to buy everything. And again, once again, this is the concept of inflation. The house went up due to inflation. More dollars chasing after the same amount of goods and services allows people to spend more. So the house really acted as a hedge to inflation or the devaluing dollar. It kind of kept up with inflation. Had you put the 200,000 in a bank and made close to nothing in interest, it would have significantly less purchasing power in 10 years. So your house is a hedge against inflation, which is good. So how else can you hedge against inflation? You can hedge against inflation by buying real assets. And this is better than just putting money in a bank. So how do you change now the value of your house? So the only way to really change the value is to change its usefulness. So how could you do this? Well, you can improve the usefulness of your house by adding an extra bedroom, adding an extra bathroom, upgrading the kitchen, remodeling the basement, adding square footage to the house, adding smart technology to your home. These things do change the value of your house and consequently will increase the price as long as you're not overspending relative to what your house would sell for on the market. So you just have to make sure that the money you invest is going to justify the new sales price based on market rates, and talking to a realtor can be very important as a way to increase your home's value. Another, and probably the most important thing to increase your home's value, is its location. You've heard the three most important things in buying a home is location, location, location. Why is this? Is the area safe? Is there good employment? Are there good schools? Do they have entertainment nearby? Are you located near transportation? Is it close to highways? What are the taxes like in your area? These things are the most important thing before you actually put money into your house. So if you live in a great location, you can add value to your house by improving it. This is called forced appreciation or a value add, as opposed to your house costing more because of inflationary rise. Other assets that can hedge or protect you from inflation are other real assets like land, gold, silver, Bitcoin, which I believe in. I'm not you, so do your own due diligence. My favorite investment, real estate stocks. So as opposed to keeping your money in the bank where you'll lose purchasing power because inflation is frequently going up at a higher rate than the interest you're receiving in the bank, inflationary rise protection can be achieved by investing in real assets. And I'm not talking about, when I say investment real estate, I'm not talking about your home. Your home is not investment real estate. In order for me to consider real estate investment real estate, you have to have somebody else who's paying for your mortgage. You're getting cash flow. The house hopefully is getting appreciation, tax benefits, and somebody else is paying down your mortgage, which is why investment real estate can be so powerful. Now, there's a general rule: if you can find cash flowing, appreciating assets with both of those factors, it's okay to borrow money as long as the house cash flows. But if you're buying depreciating assets, which are worth less over time, such as cars, boats, clothes, home furnishings, and I'm not saying don't buy those things, but the general rule is cash flowing, appreciating assets. Try to use debt, borrow money, so that you can leverage. You don't have to put down as much to buy something that's going to be really a valuable asset for you. But for depreciating assets, pay those in cash. So if you like this video, would love you to like and subscribe. Also, click down below if you are enjoying the material. I have an emotional financial masterclass going on. Also, leave a comment down below if I'm getting less boring. If I'm not, be gentle on me and give me some tips that will actually help. You have a great day. That's all I got, and I'm out.